Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name is Legina Fitzpatrick. I am the Executive Director for Tri-County Lodging Association, and I have one question for you. Are you ready to make some history? Again. Okay. Bob is not. That's great. So one thing I have to say about this group, many in the room and those sitting up here with me today, is we're not quitters. So seriously, we're pleased to announce that the Lake of the Ozarks will be making a second attempt at breaking the Guinness World Record for the largest parade of boats. This attempt will take place on June 11th at the Grand Glaze arm of our beautiful waterway. To note, the current record is held by Malaysia with 1,180 boats. Last year, we made our first attempt as part of the Best Damn Birthday Bash celebration. This event was put together as a fundraiser for the Birthday Bash and the Bicentennial fireworks, which what a great display that was. And after we went through the process to get approved by Guinness and all that fun stuff, we only actually had 3 weeks to market the event. In that very short 3 weeks, we had over 600 boats registered. It was a fabulous display of community coming together and an impressive display of boats from the boating community across the country. It was great exposure for our beautiful lake. We want to thank the boaters from all across Missouri and our very own Lake of the Ozarks folks who call this home year-round. I feel it's important to mention that we had voters last year from the following states: Iowa, Kansas, Texas, Illinois, Florida, Kentucky, Colorado, Wisconsin, Arkansas, yes, the list goes on, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. So we thought that was an awesome display from across the country, and we hope that all those folks will join us again on June the 11th. After this event and many other events that we're working on as part of the Best Damn Birthday Bash, as well as our regular, day-to-day jobs that we all have, we're like, oh my gosh, we're kind of worn out. Are we going to do this again? Are we going to do this again? And the ever so energetic Rose Wright from Mortgage Headquarters, who was our main sponsor last year, popped into our office and say, hey, we're in. Let's do this again. So here we are. We're doing it again. So we, of course, learned a tremendous amount from our journey last year. And we know with your support, we can do this and bring this record home, not only to our beautiful little piece of the paradise, but to Missouri and to the U.S. With the sponsorship of Mortgage Headquarters, we'll be bringing the Guinness World Record adjudicator back to the lake again this year. This expedites the process for after we break the record. The process with Guinness was much easier this year and smoother, and we have approval, and we're ready to roll. Registration is open. A couple weeks ago, I think we opened it up, and we already have over 30 boats registered. Many of those are local folks, but we also have folks coming in from Texas and Illinois so far. And we actually just started the promoting process, so that's pretty great. I now would like to bring up the Camden Chamber Executive Director, Casey Cloak, who's going to share more information with you about the parade. Thank you.
Thank you, Legina, and good morning, everyone, for joining us here, as well as those that are tuning in. As Legina mentioned, in order to pull off this world record attempt, it takes a lot of financial assistance. To give you an idea of that financial assistance, it requires $15,000 just to submit the application to Guinness. So we're very grateful for the support we've received from Mortgage Headquarters, also known as MHQ. They were our presenting sponsor last year, and just like Legina shared, they jumped right at the opportunity at this second attempt. So they are visionaries like us, and we're very thankful for that. So aside from the $15,000 application, there are other expenses involved with pulling this off. There are marketing expenses, purchasing the supplies, such as the participant flags that need to be displayed, and so forth. So there's also an additional $10,000 that we submit to Guinness, which will allow us to use the official logo and mentions within our marketing after we complete this and break this record. So in order to cover all the additional costs associated with pulling off this event and to capitalize on the national exposure that this attempt will bring, we've got some incredible sponsorship opportunities that I want to just briefly highlight. Excuse me. Later in this conference, you'll hear more of the logistics on how the day will go. And in that portion, you'll hear about the 8 different milling stations that are based on sizes of each participating boat. With 8 milling areas, that brings us 8 parade section sponsorships opportunities, each sold at $1,000 each. Included within this sponsorship is the opportunity to highlight your business and lead a section of the vessels in the parade, showcasing your boat, displaying a company banner, allowing maximum exposure. Your company will also receive mentions throughout our social media platforms. Your company logo will be included on the website, the boat parade registration page, as well as signage that'll be there the day of the event. Lastly, each participant must check in prior to the event to pick up their participating flag as well as their swag bag. So as a sponsor, you'll be able to include any promotional marketing materials that you would like to do. But let's say your company can't join us in the parade and you're not able to lead one of the vessel stations. We do have a parade fan sponsorship available for an additional $500 investment, which includes those social media mentions, logo inclusions on the webpage, opportunities to include items in the swag bag. So take part in this endeavor. Allow your company to join us in the spotlight and visit funlake.com to reserve your sponsorship for your company. All the proceeds after the event expenses are covered will be donated to the Lake of the Ozarks Water Safety Council. And with that segue, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Bob May, who is co-chair of the Lake of the Ozarks Water Safety Council, and he'll share some highlights on the safety aspects of our event.
Thank you, Casey. The Water Safety Council, along with the Captains Association of Missouri, we're going to be providing about 12 safety boats that are going to be on the course, starting at about the 5.5, 6 mile marker down the Glaze, all the way up to the beginning where the parade actually begins. We do need some help. We are looking. We've sent out some messages to some of our members and so on, but if there's anyone else out there that would like to volunteer to be part of this effort, we could sure use you. And if we get more than 12 safety boats, that's okay too. We want this to be a very safe event. If we end up with the numbers that we're hoping, it's going to require a lot of patience with people because they're going to be milling around in their set area for a while. We just want to make sure everybody's cool, nobody gets hurt, make sure everybody's got the safety equipment they need, so on and so forth. So we're excited about being part of this. And again, if anybody out there is interested in being part of the safety patrol boats, we would sure like you to contact us. You can do it through the Camdenton Chamber office, or you can reach out through the Captains Association, which is captainsmo.com. Thank you. Casey?
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Brown, Executive Director for the Lake of the Ozarks Convention and Visitor Bureau. So we've heard about sponsorships, why we're doing the event, how we're going to make it incredibly safe. So now let's talk logistics. So there's a map listed on funlake.com. For those in attendance today, we also have some on the back table. The event has been moved. We had it on a main channel last year due to some suggestions from the Water Patrol and some people on the safety crew. We've moved it to the Glaze Arm. So right at the Grand Glaze Bridge on the other side, the state park side, about the 1 mile marker will be the end of the parade route. So the parade route will be from the 3 to the 1 mile marker. It'll start at the 3 and head towards the Grand Glaze Bridge. That is, the Glaze Bridge at that time will be a no-wake zone. So the entire parade is supposed to be a no-wake parade. So you are going to continue as a no-wake all the way through the parade route and continue out from under the Glaze Bridge and continue out back to where you came. The milling stations, as Bob mentioned, they will start at about that 3 Glaze Arm mile marker, and it will flow towards the 6 mile marker. It is by size again this year. Small boats in front, larger boats in the back at the milling station. So we'll start with PWCs, pontoons, 0 to 18 foot, and then it goes up. The safety boats, we will have banners on those safety boats that will have the sizes. So you'll be able to see a safety boat with a banner that says, 0 to 18 foot. You will know that you need to park in that milling station. We chose the Lake of the Ozarks State Park area for a couple of reasons. One, with that Glaze Arm kind of being, there's no homes or limited amount of homes. When you get up towards that Grand Glaze Bridge, there are docks and homes, but we're hoping it will really help with traffic, as well as you have Pahitsi, the public beach number 2 area right there. They have public launches. You guys can launch your boat. You can trailer over, launch your boat, and you can get right onto the parade milling station area, and then you can wait for the parade to finish and then go ahead and get back off the water. We also encourage many people to also just go by boat and come, and you don't have to trailer your boat. So you have You have the public beach. A lot of questions have been asked. How do you register? Go on funlake.com. You want to make sure you register. We always tell people register soon. We need to know how many we're anticipating because it helps us with ordering of the flags and everything we've got going on. So register as soon as possible. It is a $20 fee. And as Casey mentioned, that fee goes towards administrating the event. Anything above and beyond our expenses will go to Water Safety Council. So the money will be used for a great cause. It goes to a great charity. So it's $20. When you register, you need to have your documentation number for your boat registration. So just have a heads up on that. That is not our rule. That is a rule by Guinness. They have a lot of rules to make sure this is a legit effort. They put a couple different ways in. We have a flag that shows you're a unique boat and you've registered, because you have to get that flag from us. You have the documentation from your boat registration, and then you will have a wristband that will also be given to you prior to that. So there's 3 different checks and balances that Guinness is going to look at. So we want to make sure that we're prepared and you don't get disqualified because you didn't have some of this information ahead of time. So when you register, make sure you have your boat registration information. It's $20. So you will go to funlake.com, you register. On the website, it has some information of rules. It also tells you that you can pick up your swag bag. We call it a swag bag. You will pick it up from Mortgage Headquarters office, and inside there we'll have details. We'll have the map. You will have your wristband and your flag, as well as some other goodies from different sponsors. So you will be able to have that swag bag the week before the event. I think we're going to start handing that out June 4th, and then it'll go towards the day of the event. We will also have a tent located at Pahitsi the day of the event. So if you are a last minute person, or you're just not sure you're going to be in town, or you decide just very last second, hey, I want to be part of this history, then show up to Pahitsi. You can register on site, get a flag, get your wristband, and then go right on the water. We want to make sure, though, that you register ahead of time, because if we only order 1,500 flags and we get 1,500 people, you can still do the parade, but you're not going to be counted. There's a couple rules that I want to mention. You want to make sure that the flag is visible. We got a lot of people disqualified because they could not see the flag, so we want to make sure. So we will educate you on which area of your boat to put that. You will receive an email with some key notes prior to the event once you register. And it'll have these details of where to display your flag, how to display your flag. This is not a political event. Therefore, we do not want political flags. A lot of people are up in arms thinking that also means the American flag. You can have an American flag, just not make sure it doesn't impede the view of your flag that you need for this, attempt. So our flag needs to be prominent. You also want to make sure, if you're on a PWC, that it's still prominent and that they can see it and you don't lose the flag en route. It is a no wake. I'm going to keep mentioning that because I just really want to stress that. The safety boats will keep everybody in check on how they need to pace in order to stay part of it. We can't have gaps. There's a lot of rules, as I mentioned. We want to make sure that people are there in enough time. So milling stations will start first thing that morning, but the parade actually begins at 11 a.m. We don't anticipate it taking too long. It's just a steady flow, and once everybody goes through, it'll be done. We will have a press conference, which we will announce at a later date, and we will have the adjudicator at that very moment announce if we've broke the record or not right there that day. So we're really excited. That's why we pay the $15,000 to have them on site, so we know that moment, that day, if we broke a world record, and we'll get a certificate. As Legina mentioned, we already have registrations rolling in, and we really haven't even started promoting. We're just now getting this off the ground. So we want everyone to start telling everybody, help us get the word out, because as she also mentioned, we want this not only here in the United States, but we want to break the record for Missouri and, most importantly, Lake of the Ozarks. So we should host the largest boat parade record because we have a lot of boats here. There were a lot of concerns about just traffic flow, different things like that. We got a lot of great feedback from the Water Patrol last year that it really wasn't any different than any other busy weekend at Lake of the Ozarks. So we really think that the people that came down were really respectful on how they came to the parade, how they exited the parade. They were just here to really have a good time and be part of history. So we have a lot of people excited, a lot of buzz on social media saying, we can't wait to help you guys do this. We think we can beat it this year. And of course, we think we can beat it this year. So we're really, really excited about that. Once again, funlake.com has a lot of these details. There's a map on there. It has the time. And we're just going to keep, releasing information. We will have t-shirts available this year. We'll have actually a bigger variety of options this year. It is not included in registration like last year. The price is lower. So you can just order t-shirts. It'll be a drop ship company and they'll just be shipped directly to your house. So we will announce on our social media platforms and our website once that's ready to go. So at this time, if you have any questions or if I've missed any logistics that you're interested in, I'll let you ask those now. Anything I missed? Yes.
Are you able to actually rent a vehicle in case you don't own one to be part of the parade?
Yes, as long as you register it. So if you know you're coming down June 11th and you've reserved a boat, you could work with the company that you have reserved the boat with and get some of that documentation, or you can show up at Pahitsi that morning and get all of it registered because you should have it right there on the boat because it's right on the side of the boat. So,
based upon the parade route, I would suggest that those flags be displayed on the port side
yes.
of the boat.
Yes, there are some homes at the very tail end of the parade route, kind of mid to end of the parade route, and the adjudicator will be on the port side of that parade. As of right now, we have secured a house that the adjudicator will be at, and so you are correct. And we will include that in your registration swag bag, as well as we will start pushing out some more of that information as we get closer of exactly where that flag should be. You won't pick up your flag until June. If people are coming in on Memorial Weekend and they know, we may try to have a few things ready. It's really when our sponsors can all be secured because we want to give them an opportunity to also put some goodies in there. So we have a little more time to plan this year, which we're really excited about. So hopefully we can get a lot of this secured and ready to go before Memorial Weekend. So we may have the swag bags ready a little earlier. It'll all depend on shipments of the flags and some of the things that we have to order and get in. So any other questions? Okay, at this time, that concludes our press conference. We're really excited to be trying to break this world record, and we really hope that everyone watching, everyone that's here can help us do this, and we're excited to do this here at Lake of the Ozarks. So thank you guys for coming.